more than anything in the world of fitness, what I personally am known for in the world is training. I'm a technical instructor. I've taught industrial automation for nearly a decade, and I've had students from over 194 countries around the world that I've taught how to program industrial microcontrollers called PLCs. And as such, education is a calling of mine. It's something near and dear to my heart. And in the fitness world, that's something that I see painfully lacking. I see so many people doing these, crazy diets and training regimens that are never going to give them results, or maybe it's going to give them some temporary benefit while they're on the program, but it's not going to last, and we all know it. And then they're going to struggle with their physiques for the rest of their lives. And one of the biggest things, if not the absolute biggest thing, standing between people and having the bodies that they want for their entire lives, it really comes down to knowledge. And that's a hard thing to impart to people sometimes, because they already think they know it all, when the fact of the matter is a lot of the things that they know are holding them back. A lot of the things that they think they know are preventing them from really learning what works and what doesn't. And in MMLF, there's one button that you can click in the entire navigation drawer, and it just says library. Not very sexy word to find in your fitness app, right? But when you go into the library, there really is a library of material there. There's an entire wealth of articles that I've written personally. These aren't copy and pasted from, some fitness magazine or AI generated garbage. This is all material that I personally wrote. And, these are things that, are going to guide you, and they're going to help you. If you're trying to lose some body fat, you're trying to cut your weight down a little bit, but you're getting hungry all the time. How do you keep yourself from getting hungry? You can't starve. When you're hungry, you've got to eat. So, how do you curtail those cravings and that hunger that you get when you're on a calorie-restricted diet? That's something I teach people in the library. If you have been riding the couch for the last few months and all of a sudden you wake up and say, you know what, I keep hearing about the benefits of running. I'm ready to go out there and be a runner. I'm going to go out, buy some running shoes and start running. Are you going to get the right kind of running shoes? Because if not, those shoes are going to injure you. If you just get up and start running and you think, you know what, I'm going to go from 0 to 5K this week, and I'm going to run 3 times a week, 5 miles a run, of course you're going to injure yourself, and you're going to hate running, and you're not going to still be doing it 6 months down the road. And I don't want any of that for you. So, there are articles in there that talk about, how do you get started as a runner, and how do you do so and approach it in a way that you're not going to get injured, you're not going to get tendonitis, you're not going to come back with your heels hurt and your toenails black. How do you pick the right shoe? What other gear do you need to consider? And how do you get into it and get started and get going in a way that you're going to be successful and you're going to enjoy running, and you're still going to be doing it a year later? That's just one example, but there are so much information in that library. Psychology, there's a whole section in there on psychology, just because even though you might not realize it, when you get burned out, it's psychology working against you. When you feel the need to go and train, even though your body is sending you panic signals and telling you absolutely not, there's psychology at work here. A lot of what we eat, when we eat, and why and how we eat comes down to things like culture, tradition, and of course psychology. So if you don't realize what an integral component psychology is in fitness, in diet, and in exercise, then it's completely out of control, and it will absolutely work against you, never in your favor. So, that's something that's in the app. I'm teaching about training, about weight training, about cardio conditioning. There's articles in there on nutrition, a wealth of articles about nutrition. And this isn't academic, theoretical information. Everything in there is actionable. Every single article that you read is something that you're going to have a takeaway from, that you say, you know what, I can use this. This is going to make a difference in my life. This is something that I can implement the next time I train. And these are all value-added articles. None of this is there just, throwing a bunch of big words around so that you walk out and say, what the hell? Am I taking a science class? Why did you fill my head with all of this information? This is useless to me. This is purely academic. There's nothing like that in there. On the contrary, you're not going to find a lot of big medical jargon and 50-cent words. That's great that I could throw those around and impress you, but what I want is for you to have results, and I want you to get to goal, and I want you to stay there for the rest of your life. So what I've put in there in terms of reading material and articles and education, this is there to make the rest of your life easier, to make fitness something that's as natural as anything you do. I want you to know all of the right things, because those things that you know up here, they're going to affect every decision you make every day of your life for the rest of your life. And if you know the right things, fitness is going to be very easy for you. If you know the wrong things, or you don't know much at all, fitness is always going to seem like a bit of a mystery to you, and it's something you're always going to strive against, and you're going to feel like it's unattainable. So yes, education is actually a huge component of MMLF. If you decide you don't need it or don't want it, you don't ever have to use it. But if you decide you are ready for it and it's something that's going to benefit you, it's already built into MMLF. It's there. It's just waiting for you.